Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, January 14th. Before we get into today's play of the day, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with the Joe Burrow under 29.5 rushing yards. He ended up going for 50-something, I believe, in the first half. We had a shot there, and then the QB draw for roughly 30 yards kind of killed us. But either or, wasn't really that close, to be honest. It just happens. It's been a bit of a bad run lately. Apologies for that, but it's happened before, and we'll look to bounce back and get out of this. If you've been a long follower of the channel, you know that this has happened before, and it's fine. We'll bounce back out of it as we normally do. And for today's play of the day, we're going to be looking at the NBA and a matchup between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. And we actually like a player prop in this spot, and we like Giannis Antetokounmpo, rebounds and assists over 17.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 106. Now, the main reason why we like this number here, I simply just think it's too low. If you've looked at Giannis's numbers against the Knicks this season, he has played 26 minutes and 22 minutes, so he's barely played in either of those games because the Bucks were winning by so much. Yet Giannis has gone over the 17.5 both times. He had 21 combined in the matchup on December 21st, and the matchup on December 2nd, he had 18 in just 22 minutes of play. In other words, Giannis has gone over this total twice, and he has played less than his normal minutes margin every single matchup that they've had. If you've actually looked at Giannis's overall season statistics, Giannis is averaging right now 30.6 minutes per game, and he's yet to go over 26 against the Knicks in both meetings, and he's still going over this posted total. Now, is it possible that the Bucks can blow him out again and win this game by 30 again, just so Giannis doesn't play much? That is definitely possible, but Giannis has gone over this total twice already in 26 minutes or less, and I think even if this game is somewhat close, then Giannis will just play more minutes and you should get there. Giannis, I think, should get at least 12, 13 rebounds in this game, and I think he should be able to get a couple of assists. The Knicks' defense has been terrible lately. They are coming in off a nice win against the Heat, but in that game in itself, they still gave up 120-plus points. I'm a bit concerned with this team's defense. The total has also gone up in this game, as it has gone from 227 to 229, so baskets should come pretty easily for both teams in this game. Do I think the Bucks will win handily? Yes, but at the same point, do I think that this number is too low for Giannis? Yes. I mean, his rebound totals are roughly 11.5. He's averaging 12.8. I'm not taking that one, though, because of the fact that the minutes are a bit concerning because of the fact that they could potentially blow out the Knicks. But if you've looked at Giannis's last couple of games, he has played really well on the boards. He's also passed the ball well, and I still think that if this game is somewhat close, I'd say within 15 points going into the fourth quarter, Giannis should end up playing somewhere in the realm of 30 minutes or so. And overall, 17.5 I just think is too low. He's already gone over this total twice against the Knicks. Minus 106 is a little bit too low in terms of juice. This number should be roughly minus 115, minus 120. So for that reason, the play of the day will be on Giannis Antetokounmpo, rebounds and assists over 17.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 106. Now looking at the rest of the betting card, I'll stick with my leans on the NBA first. I'm going to link to the over 222 between the Jazz and the Nets. This line's gone from 218 to 222.5. Still available at 222 at some spots, though. I'll link to the over there. I trust the line movement. 4-point line movement's pretty large. I think that game should go over. I'll lean to the over in that one. Other than that, I'm going to lean to Memphis plus the 5, actually. I know Houston just won their last game against Minnesota by about 30 points. Memphis has been rolling. They've won They're on a pretty solid winning streak, actually, against some decent teams. I know their last couple of games were against the Warriors and the Spurs, but they were able to beat the Clippers on the road with Kawhi playing, so they have played some decent teams. The Grizzlies have won 5 straight. Russell Westbrook's not going to be in the lineup. Now, I know the last time Westbrook wasn't in the lineup, the Rockets were able to beat the Hawks by 7 points on the road. However, they almost blew a massive 20-something point lead in that game and almost lost. So Memphis has played really well lately, and I think that with Westbrook out of the lineup, I think Harden should shoot roughly 35 times again. And the last time he did that, he went 9 for 34. So I think there's value on Memphis here. I think this line's a bit too high. I lean to the Grizzlies plus the points on that one. Other than that, though, not really looking at anything else on the card. Milwaukee's tempting, but, 17's a large spread. Clippers are tempting at minus 15 against the Cavaliers team that got blown out in the second half against the Lakers yesterday, and now have to play the second end of a back-to-back. But Paul George is out of the lineup, so I'm a little bit concerned with how seriously the Clippers will take this game. I can see a potential backdoor cover here. If I would have to lean anyway, I would think about Clippers first half, but I'm not going to touch that either. Now, for the college basketball card, a lot of decent games here with ranked opponents. Overall, just looking at the card in itself, I'm going to lean to San Diego State minus a 7.5 against Fresno State. I know Fresno at home has been okay in recent years, and I know that teams generally struggle in conference play away from home. San Diego State is one of the only two undefeated teams left in college basketball, and Fresno State is 5-11. I think this game will be a blowout. I think that San Diego State should win by double digits. Lean to the Aztecs in that one. Other than that, no interest in the Kansas game. I just don't like Kansas as a team. I think Oklahoma could potentially win it. Do I think they will win it? No, but I think this game will be a nail-biter, and I think that if Kansas will cover, it will be from free throws at the end of the game. So I'm going to pass on that one. What else do I like here? The Wisconsin spread is interesting. Wisconsin's been a lot better since Mika Potter ended up joining the roster. But as a whole, they're favored by 2.5. I don't think Wisconsin should be favored against anybody that's ranked by 2.5, considering the fact that Wisconsin lost their last home game to Illinois outright. So I'm going to pass on that one. Louisville's interesting at minus 6 against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's been pretty good at home. Louisville's been pretty hit or miss so far this season. They've been really good at times, but over the last couple of, I'd say, weeks or so, they've been good, but they haven't been as dominant as everyone thought they would be. 6 is a little bit low, considering the fact Louisville failed to cover over the weekend, and they only beat Notre Dame by 3 on the road. I think Louisville should cover this number. I'll lean to Louisville, but I'm probably not going to bet it personally. Other than that, though, I'm going to lean to Duke minus 11 against Clemson. I know this game's on the road, and Clemson's coming off a nice win against North Carolina. First time they've ever beaten North Carolina in their history. I believe they were 0-50-something before they finally won. Congratulations, you beat a 500 North Carolina team. That doesn't really mean anything to me. Duke, if you've looked at how they performed lately, I know they struggled against Georgia Tech for about a half or so, but Duke has been really good. And somehow in a very topsy-turvy college basketball landscape in this season, Duke's been rolling. I mean, they lost to SF Austin, which is really bad. But if you've looked at them ever since that game, they've won every single game by at least 9 points. I mean, they beat Michigan State at Michigan State by 12. Duke has won 9 straight, all pretty handily. I think they should take care of business here. Lean to Duke on that one. I mean, Duke's averaging roughly 6 more rebounds per game. They're scoring roughly 15 more points per game. They have the better defense. They have the better field goal percentage, more blocks, more steals. They're better than Clemson in pretty much every capacity, and I think that this spread is too low. So lean to Duke on that one. But the play of the day, once again, will be on Giannis Antetokounmpo, rebounds and assists over 17.5, which is available on FanDuel at available at FanDuel at minus 106. That's good over the installment of Scott Selections here for Tuesday, January 14th. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.